Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So Barcelona is finally starting to get back to their summer executions. After witnessing that Nico Williams has made his decision on not joining FC Barcelona, Barcelona are now starting to ramp up who they're going to be signing for their next left winger. It states here that Luis Diaz is waiting a few days before asking Liverpool to let him leave, with Barcelona as his preferred destination. Barcelona have not given up and are closely monitoring his next move. Inside the club, it is believed that Diaz is still pushing to join FC Barcelona. Since the beginning, his dream has been to wear the Barcelona shirt, and he still holds on to that idea. Barcelona are watching closely to see how and when he will make his request to leave. So for the people who are Luis Diaz fans, there is still a lot of hope. Barcelona may get the deal done, but the only thing that is missing here is, has Luis Diaz shown definitive proof that he wants to join the club? Has he spoken with Liverpool and stated that he wants to leave and only join FC Barcelona? That is going to be the biggest question. However, if this deal does not materialize and Barcelona cannot get a good deal for Luis Diaz because they won't go over the 65 million euro price tag, what is going to be the other alternatives? Now, there has been some other conversations in regards to Christopher Nukunku, but the only way Barcelona can make that happen is through the deal of Fermin Lopez, because Chelsea have requested a swap deal. It's stated here that Barcelona have rejected a proposal from Chelsea to swap Christopher Nukunku for Fermin Lopez, despite Chelsea's strong interest and offer. Barcelona president Joan Laporta and coach Hansi Flick refused to exchange. They don't consider Nukunku a priority. The club will only consider letting Fermin Lopez leave if he personally requests a transfer in search of more playing time. In the end, Nukunku is one of the alternative names on the Barcelona list if Marcus Rashford or Luis Diaz falls through. So while yes, Barcelona do have some slight interest in Nukunku, they will not go for that player because he is deep down on the alternative list. They're going to be looking at Luis Diaz. They're most likely going to look at Leao. They're also going to be looking at Marcus Rashford, and Nukunku just falls like in the 7th or 8th in the priority list. And I truly do think that what could possibly fast track this operation is, if Nukunku ever wants to have a good chance of joining FC Barcelona, Fermin Lopez himself would have to say that he wants to leave because he does not see himself getting a lot of minutes in the number 10 position. But we all know what Fermin Lopez's response is. Fermin does want to stay. He does want to fight for this badge, and so I think that we can all forget about Nukunku being a alternative for the left wing position. Putting that aside, let's talk about a name that has emerged over the past few hours, because another player that Barcelona is eyeing in case Luis Diaz does not work out or Marcus Rashford also does not work out is Bryan Zaragoza. It has been stated that it can be confirmed that Barcelona have spoken with Bryan Zaragoza's camp to understand his situation. However, this is something that is common and doesn't mean he is a priority target. There are also many other Spanish teams interested in Bryan. So let's talk about this player just for a second. Bryan Zaragoza is a 23-year-old left-footed winger who plays on the left wing position. He currently is under contract with Bayern Munich until the summer of 2029 after a 15 million euro move in the winter of 2024 where he came from Granada. He is explosive in tight spaces. He ranks in the 95th percentile for progressive carries and successful dribbles in Europe's top leagues, but has struggled a lot in the Bundesliga because Bayern Munich do not give him any minutes, hence the reason why he had to go out on loan to Osasuna. Yes, he is a talented winger, and I believe that if he secures steady game time and consistently improves his game, I believe that he's only going to get better in terms of ball carrying, also in terms of crossing. The acceleration will also be on point. Everything is going to get much better the more game time you give him, but he has not been able to be given those type of opportunities because at Bayern Munich there is just so much competition. This is a left winger that can also play on the number 10 position. So I do believe that Barcelona do have something here. He is once again in the 96th percentile for progressive carries, in the 99th percentile for successful dribbles, 97th percentile in touches in the opposition box, and doing all of this when compared within the top 7 league wingers. In terms of his style of play, he is a explosive ball carrier. He launches attacks with ultra quick first steps. He is capable to beat multiple markers. The Spanish media do claim that he is a street football dribbler, and he also does prefer to hug the left touchline, so he likes to be very out wide, which could ultimately complement Barcelona's attack if he were to come. His final third vision is also immense. In terms of attempts, he attempts 5 crosses per 90 at a 35% accurate rate, which is elite for a winger at his age. He also creates overloads by drifting into the half spaces as a roaming 10 when the fullbacks overlap. He was also considered as a high motor presser for Granada. Hence, one of the reasons why Bayern Munich wanted him is because in that season and in the last season with Granada, he was averaging 17.6 pressures per 90 minutes. So there is a lot of intensity in his game. For sure, his strengths are dribbling and 1v1s, acceleration, and also dual foot crossing. But in terms of the areas where he does need to improve, which I think that could be improved at a club like Barca, is his end product consistency, because his non-penalty expected goal rate plus expected assist rate is very mid. It's like in the 65th percentile. I also believe that his physical duels need to get much better, because standing at just like 5'6" or 5'7", almost at the same height of Messi, his physical duels is not that great against big fullbacks, and his aerial duels are only won less than 20% of the time. And lastly, I think that he does need to have more of a tactical discipline, and that is something that the Bayern coaches have noted out from the players, because he tends to not be fast enough to adopt for a faster defensive shape when he does need to. He did suffer a minor adductor strain back on April 2024. He has no ligament history. It's not like he went through what Ansu Fati went through or whatever, but it was something that was a little worrying at that time. But many have said that he's clearly on an upward trend, according to the Bayern sporting director. So he's going to be okay. In this current window that we are in right now, there has been some clubs that have tabled a €2 million loan option bid to Bayern Munich because they want the player, with a €7 million purchase option in the end. But Bayern Munich do want more. There's also been teams in the Premier League like Manchester United who want the player. So I think that in the end, this is very much a cheap alternative in case none of our options do work out. I see a player that can fit in our system because he has history playing in a 4-2-3-1 vertical system or in a 3-4-2-1 system where he was playing as a inverted wing 10 under Osasuna. So he has the experience. He'll know what it's like in a way to play at a team like Barca. Lastly, I don't want to end it with this conversation, right? Because now we are starting preseason. We have seen a couple of players take their medicals, and there has been a lot of La Masia players very much present during the training sessions, because this is the first week and there are 10 total youth players that will start preseason with the first team, which are going to be including Landry Fade, who is a right back and can also slot into the center back positions and left back positions. He joined La Masia back in 2014, so he has been with us for the past 11 years. We also have Jofre Torrens, who also plays as a left back. He's currently just 18 years old, a player that we definitely do want to see in the future because he most likely will be one of Valdez's competitors. He arrived back in 2018 and has been with us for 7 years. We have Juan Hernandez, who is a attacking midfielder who enrolled back in 2020, so he has been with us for 5 years. I don't know if there's going to be any room for Juan Hernandez as of now because of the amount of attacking midfielders we currently do have today, but never say never. We also have Ibrahim Diarra, who is 18 years old. He was signed back on November 2024, so he has only been with us for 8 months, but he is a right winger who has great pace. And do I see him having any chance to get first team minutes next season when he has competitions like Tony Fernandes or Rooney or Lamine Yamal? We'll see. Then we have Pedro Fernandez, nicknamed Dro, at the age of 17 years old, also a creative attacking midfielder. He has been with us for only 1 year, so he was signed back on July 2024. And once again, we'll see how he does in the preseason. There's a lot of competition within the number 10 role. Then we do have John Virgili, another player that I think could make his mark in the preseason and in this season in general, because he is only 18 years old. He will be turning 19 in about 12 days. He is a left winger with a lot of versatility. He joined FC Barcelona back on August 2024, so he has only been with us for 11 months, but I do think that he has a great chance to maybe get some minutes because we are dying for another left wing alternative outside of Rafinha currently. And then we have Tony Fernandes himself at the age of 16 years old, one of the youngest in this preseason. He is considered as a striker, also as a winger, very much known for his speed. He moved from Espanyol back in 2018, so he has been with us for 7 years. We'll see what the future holds for Tony Fernandes because he is one of our La Masia gems. Then we have Dani Rodriguez at the age of 19 years old, who predominantly plays as a left winger, but he is comfortable on both flanks. He joined Barcelona back on April 2020, so he has been a Barcelona player for 5 years. Then we have Gulli Fernandes, who is one of the cousins of Tony Fernandes, who is 17 years old. He is being seen as a box-to-box midfielder with a lot of physical edge, so very much like a Kevin De Bruyne type of player in terms of what positions and spaces he does occupy. He has been with FC Barcelona for the past 7 years, since 2018. And to be very honest, while I did say that in the midfield it's very compact, very congested, I think that Gulli Fernandes has a great chance to really showcase why he has a lot of talent and why he is good enough to be in the first team under Hansi Flick. And then lastly, we do have Rooney Barty, who has just been signed at the age of 19 years old. He is a two-footed creator, player that will be playing on the right wing position. He has first team experience, he has Champions League experience, had a great game against Manchester United, and we'll see what he does in terms of giving competition to one of the greatest players in the world, which is Lamine Yamal. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.